Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this particular video I'm going to talk about Manacled, which is a Harry Potter fan fiction, and this particular book was so famous. It was so hyped up all over the internet. So this book is basically a Harry Potter fan fiction on Dramione, which is basically Draco and Hermione, and this book is written by SenLinYu. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but it's available on the site called Archive of Our Own. This is a really popular site in which people can write their stories, especially fan fiction. Look, when I saw other people's review on this book, I kind of knew that this book is gonna be like sad, but I still never expected it to be this traumatizing. I read it like months ago, and now as I'm making these kind of book vlogs kind of things, so I thought I should also post a video about Manacled, which is, I think it was one of the most amazing fan fictions I've ever read. It's so well written and the story is amazing. And like Harry Potter, I love that series. It's so good. It's like Harry Potter is one of my comfort books. Like, I love the movies, I love the books, and I think it's the only book I have read like more than 5 times. I mean, the entire series. I have read the entire series for like more than 5 times. Harry Potter is like it's like my favorite book. And yeah, I also want to make a video especially dedicated to Harry Potter, like one video, like a video for each book. But that's in the future. Look, I first watched the Harry Potter movie, and after that I read the books. So when I read the books, I realized that book is much more, like the Harry Potter book is much more interesting and much more better than the movies. So when I watched the movies, I wanted Hermione to end up with Harry, of course, or Draco, because enemy to lover trope is amazing. But I never ever expected Hermione to end up with Ron in the film, because when I watched the film I was like, Ron's character in film is so stupid, but Ron's character in book is like so good. I mean, he's funny, he's always there for his friends and all, and it's kind of, I like, after reading the book, I could like understand why Hermione chose Ron and not Harry or not anyone else. Like, it's so obvious there. And also the twists in the book was insane, like how in the 4th book, like Mad Eye turns out to be Barty Crouch Jr. I was like, what just happened? And also in the 3rd part, where Crookshanks is the one who helps Sirius Black break into Hogwarts, it was so good. Like, reading book was actually much more better than watching movies, but I still love that OG movie. It's awesome. Anyways, coming back to Manacled, if you really want to enjoy reading this book, or like you really want to get traumatized after reading this book, then you need to watch the Harry Potter movies or read the books if you can. And there's also one series or book you can read is The Handmaid's Tale, and this book is like heavily inspired by The Handmaid's Tale and Harry Potter. It's not that necessary for you to actually go and watch Handmaid's Tale or like read the book, but watching Harry Potter or like reading Harry Potter is a must to understand everything in this book. And also there are so many trigger warnings in this book, so if you can be sad, then stay away. This book is not for you then. The one thing I didn't like about this book was that this book is insanely long. I mean, 1000 pages of sadness, like more than 1000 pages of sadness and trauma and everything is like a bit too much. My favorite part of the book is the flashbacks. This book is basically divided into 3 parts. The first is the present, then the second one is the flashbacks or the past, and the third one is again back to present. So it's divided into 3 parts, and my favorite part was the flashback because it was so good. I mean, the flashbacks are worth reading it, you know. Flashbacks are worth surviving all the traumatic first part. So now let's dive into the story, and there are spoilers ahead. So if you don't want any spoilers, then stop watching this video right now. Okay, so story starts like Voldemort won and Harry Potter died and Hogwarts is converted into a prison where Hermione is kept. Basically, Umbridge is the one who kept her there, like kept Hermione there in the prison, and nobody knows about her. Nobody knows that she is alive. Some parts of her memories are logged and she remembers nothing. Like, she don't remember 2 years worth of memories. Like, it's completely gone. Even though she like tries very hard to remember it, but she can't remember anything. And also she was kept in a sensory deprived isolation for like 16 months, which is like a hell of a situation for her. Hermione, as I told you, she don't remember anything except the fact that they lost, Harry died, and they hung his body on the astronomy tower, and they all watched his body rot there. They also hung Ron and his family next to him, and they tortured Lupin and Nymphadora like insanely, and until they died. And they kept Hermione in a cell and left her there, and nobody even knows that she's there. She was kept in a sensory deprived isolation, and nobody even knows. And who did all this? Umbridge. And while Hermione is in prison, she's wearing these things called manacles, and they are supposed to suppress magic. So Hermione is basically a muggle right now. And also there's this character called High and he is Voldy's right hand man, and well, he's basically Draco Malfoy, and he is like so powerful, and he had like killed so many people, and like killing curse is something that like you need to really mean to kill someone if you want the killing curse to work and actually kill that person. So, and he had killed a lot of people, like he had Avada Kedavra many people in a go. So he is kind of like reputed in Voldemort's army, and he is like the most powerful also. So using a killing curse takes a lot of your energy and power, and Hyries can do it like insanely, shows that he's crazily powerful. Hyries wear this mask on his face, and so basically nobody knows who Hyries is, but he is Draco Malfoy. So now let's talk about some science terms we study, especially in biology, which is called interbreeding depression. So this is actually, if you don't know about this, Google this term and you'll know. So this is what the pure magic breeds faced. So now to overcome this situation, Voldemort started this breeding program. The fertility rates of the pure bloods have declined. So Voldy, initiated this campaign or this program, like this breeding program, in which he was going to use all the prisoners, all the mudbloods and all the half-bloods, and they would be forced to mate with the pure bloods to produce offsprings. I really don't know why I explained this in the most scientific way, but yeah, that's that. Hermione and few other prisoners were the first batch of this experiment. They were basically the lab rats. Obviously, Hermione was paired up with Hyries, who is Draco Malfoy, and as I told you earlier that Hermione 2 years worth of memories have been logged in Hermione's mind. She don't remember it, and Voldemort knows this thing. So he used occlumency, whatever. He uses occlumency, in which he enters into a brain, finding all the memories, and he could actually look into all the memories she have, but still he fails to unlock the logged memories of her. And so he orders Draco as well to perform occlumency on her, to know what she's hiding in her memories. And basically also she was the member of the order, so like she was an important person because she was Harry's girl. As Hermione is paired with Draco Malfoy, she's forced to live in his house and like like obey the rules of the breeding program which Wally had. Like, so anyways, so many horrible things happen while this program, which I'm gonna skip, of course, is I wanna stick to the basic, like the overall story and not dive deep into it, because this book is insanely lengthy. Like, it's gonna take 3 business days for me to complete this video if I like dive into every single details of this book, because there's so many. So there's a scene in this book in which Hermione makes this paper cranes using newspapers, and she don't remember how, like, where she learned it or who taught her everything. But I want to give you a spoiler. It's her father who taught her and not Draco. This was the thing I read in first book, that she made paper cranes, and like her father taught this was in the last part. There's another character called Montague, and he knows Hermione, but Hermione doesn't remember who he is, and he kind of R-worded her, like as a form of revenge on her. And Hermione wasn't she she don't remember what revenge he's talking about or what she has done. She couldn't remember anything about past, like what happened in the last 2 years. So the part 1 is basically all the trauma and everything sad and like worst thing happening. But in the end of the part 1, Hermione gets all her memories back. Now we move on to the part 2, which is the flashbacks. And this is my favorite part of the book. It's worth reading the trauma. It's so good. Hermione is a healer, stays at the hospital instead of going and fighting in the war with others like Harry, Ron and Ginny and everyone. They are losing the war. Malfoy decides to train her, poison in his veins and like runes on his back. Using dark arts is the only way to win the war. They hated Harry Potter. She said, "You're not the light if you let people sacrifice themselves in order to keep your hands and soul clean." She killed it. This is the reason why he can Avada Kedavra everybody. This one thing which was super amazing. So Draco says to Hermione that consider your survival as much as a necessity to the survival of the resistance as Potters. If you die, I will kill every last one of them. And given that the risk of their lives is apparently the only way to make your value your own. Having someone who'd kill entire resistance just for you is like amazing.